Before your child was born, you had a picture in your mind of the kind of parents you were going to be, right? Patient parents, present, slow to raise your voice. Someone your child could come to when something was wrong. Someone who would not repeat the mistakes that were made with you. That picture was real, very real. You meant it. Now, I want you to look at your life today and not the version you present to people, the real you, and ask yourself honestly, how close is that picture to what is actually happening in my home right now? Yes, I need you to think about that. If there is a gap between who you intended to be and who you are on most days, this video is for you. And if you are watching this, my guess is that there is a gap. That gap is not a sign that you have failed. It's a sign that you are paying attention. And paying attention is exactly where the change begins. Where your own change begins. Where my change begins. Hello, welcome to the Family Circle. My name is Ako Ogwegbe and I'm a parent strategy coach. This channel is a space where we talk about parenting honestly, not the highlights version, the real version. I work with parents of children aged 0 to 12, and the question I hear most often in different forms is, why do I keep doing things I said I would never do? For the whole of this month, we are going to walk through the questions together. 30 days conversation, each one builds on the last. Today we start at the beginning with you. Not your child's behavior, not your child's school, not your child's attitude, you. Because in my experience, every parent who genuinely wants to raise a healthy, confident, connected child has to start by looking at themselves first. So let's begin this conversation as parents, okay, as a community. Now, most parents I speak to carry a very specific image of the parents they were going to be. It was usually shaped by one of the two things. Either you had a childhood you loved and you wanted to give that to your own children, or you had a childhood that was painful and you were determined to do better. Either ways, the image was built from feelings, from longing, from love, even when it was mixed with hurt. And when the child arrived and life arrives with them, the tiredness, the pressure, the demand that do not stop, right? And somewhere in the middle of all of that, the parent you plan to be started looking very different from the parent you found yourself being. You lost your temper more than you could even expect. You said things you regret. You were present in the room but absent in your attention. You found yourself reacting in ways that sounded uncomfortable, familiar, like something from your childhood. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty, actually. I'm saying this, I'm actually saying it because it's true for almost every parent. And the reason most parents default to patterns they did not consciously choose is well understood in developmental psychology, right? The short version is this: the way you were parented does not just sit in your memory, it lives in your body, your nervous system, and your automatic responses. Dr. Daniel Siegel, he's a clinical professor of psychiatrics, right? And one of the leading researchers in this area, has written extensively about how a parent's own unresolved childhood experiences shapes the way they respond to their children, often without any awareness that it is happening. And I saw that his research shows something important. It is not what happened to you as a child that determines the kind of parent you become. It is whether you have made sense of what happened to you. Do you get me? This is a very significant distinction. It means that a parent who has a difficult childhood can still raise a securely attached, emotionally and healthy child if they have done the work of understanding their own story. So it also means that a parent who has a comfortable childhood can still pass on unhelpful patterns if they have never examined them. So this is not about blame. Your parents were doing what they knew. Parents did what they knew also. So patterns travel through families because no one ever stopped to examine them. So you can be the one who stops. Yes, you can be the one. But you cannot change what you have not seen. Which is why the first work, before strategy, before communication, before technology, before any of these practical tools we'll cover in this one, it is awareness. So I want to offer you a question, not to answer right now, right? To carry with you. The question most parents ask is, how do I get my child to behave better? That's a reasonable question, but it is often the very wrong starting point. Yes, it is. The question that changes things is, who do I want to be as a parent? Yes. Not what rules do you want to enforce, not achievement, not what achievement do you want for your child. Who do you want to be in the room, in the hard moments, in the ordinary Tuesday evenings, even when nothing is going wrong? John Bowley, right, whose work on attachment between parents and children transformed how we understand child development. That children do not primarily need perfect parents. They need a parent who is safe, consistent, someone who, when they get it wrong, can acknowledge it and repair the relationship. That kind of parent is not built by reading books or having, better plans. That kind of parent is built by knowing themselves. Yes. So here is the honest question I'm leaving you with today. Between the parents you want to be and the parent you are right now, what is the distance? And more important, are you willing to look at it? Because if you are, this month will be worth your time. This month will be worth your time. So I want to say something before we close today, and I mean something very plainly. Most parents are trying quite all right. The fact that you are watching a video, like this, asking this kind of questions means something. It means something. You are not indifferent. You care about getting things right. So that matters. It is not sufficient on its own, but it also matters. Over the next 30 days, we are going to cover a lot of grounds. We are going to look at how you communicate with your child, how you handle corrections, how you build a relationship that your child wants to stay in. Not the one that you are looking for ways to escape. Not that. None of it will require you to be a perfect parent. All of it will require you to be an honest one. If today's video made you think, leave a comment below and let me know what is one thing about the parents you are right now that you would like to change. You don't have to share more than you are comfortable sharing, but I'm actually going to read every comment and I'll respond. If this video was quite helpful to you, please share if you want parents you know, not to tell them something is wrong with them, but because this kind of conversation is one most parents are having quietly alone, and they do not need to. Kindly subscribe to this channel so that you do not lose any of the 30 days. Each video builds on the last, and where we are going by the end of the month is somewhere worth arriving. I'll see you tomorrow.